What's going on, y'all? Y'all saw the thumbnail. You know what it is. You might have heard me talk about it on Sundays Live, but here is the official unboxing of the Ghostbusters life-size replica Proton Pack from Spirit Halloween. Let me tell you something, and I don't want to make this intro too long, but I love Ghostbusters. I grew up on Ghostbusters 80s baby, and I saw the HasLabs for this, and I've been out of the loop. I didn't even know Spirit Halloween made this a couple years ago. I just thought HasLab made theirs, prop makers makes theirs, and it's probably like $500-600. And I wasn't about to do that. But walking around Spirit Halloween, I saw this bad boy and then did a massive deep dive and said, I got to have it, not just for Halloween, but I got a freaking proton pack. Let's get into it. Well, first, hit the notification bell. Notification bell. I'm so excited I can't talk. Like, subscribe in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. All right. So and you have a wonderful box right here. As you can see, this is all giving us that jumpsuit feel. Ghostbusters Life Size Proton Pack, new for 2025. Make sure if you're getting this in store, it says this because they did make some upgrades with the audio. And if it doesn't have this on it, you might be getting the one from a couple years ago. I think it's a couple years ago. You'll be getting the old one. The packaging is pretty great, very sturdy. Walked around the mall with this and definitely felt like that strain on my shoulder. As you can see right here, this is what it looks like in the back. Pretty dope. You get gloves, a pen, a couple patches. Um, and I know this is like for a Halloween store. And it tells you right here, life-size replica proton pack, light up wand. It does require three AA batteries. This I got for around 270 bucks, which is a lot. My parents are going to think I'm crazy. But when you think about how much the HasLab costs for independent prop makers, it's actually not bad at all. Man, I am so excited. Let's get this bad boy open. And here we go, man. You're seeing my messy office because you kind of need a guitar stand or something for this thing. Obviously, it won't stand on its own. So I have it sitting in the chair. Um, I don't usually unbox them. It's huge. The last thing was the 89 Keaton helmet, and that had a stand. So I want to say this thing was packed very well. So if you're ordering this from the store, you have nothing to worry about. It's packed really well. They'll probably send you a box in a box. So it's really cool. All right, so let's take a look at what we got here. From this foam off. Now, as I did say it was heavy carrying this around the mall, but it actually is pretty light. Uh, and we're gonna figure this out together because who needs directions? But first, before we get to the proton pack, let's see what cool things they gave us, huh? So yes, they do give you directions. As you can see right here, tells you what to do. And you get these gloves, which feel real deal. Like when you see them in the movie, they feel exactly how you imagine they would look. Now I have really big hands. I'm a big guy, and these fit me perfectly. So I feel like this really is one size. So you can even see it's a little small, but still pretty dope. That's nice. Definitely smell like rubber, but That's a cool touch. And then we get these iron-on patches. So if you want to, and you have a jumpsuit already, which I have to imagine is pretty easy to come by, you get this Ghostbusters patch. You get two more patches. Well, ASMR for you guys. You get this Slimer patch, which I don't really know who would want this on their Ghostbusters suit, but to each his own. And of course, we get this logo right here. So if you need a reference to how big this is my PS5 joystick. That's the logo. So I say, seems pretty screen accurate off the top of my head. Now let's get into this Proton Pack. So like I said, like I'm so late to the game when it comes to Ghostbusters props. But I don't think I am. I think for a long time there wasn't many, you know, right? There wasn't many proton packs floating around that regular consumers can buy until the HasLab. And I wasn't paying for that. Although I was tempted to do with what is it, the PKE meter? That looked pretty dope. But then I saw that like you had the wand you had to buy separately from the pack. I'm like, that is expensive. I love Ghostbusters, but if you watch my channel, I'm more of a superhero, specifically DC comic kind of guy. So I wasn't ever going to spend that much money on it. But then, like I said, walking around Spirit Halloween, had no idea. And this is other one that's being made too. This one from Halloween, HalloweenCostumes.com, I believe. They got one, and I would say it looks even better than this one. Slightly more expensive, but not by much. But I want to make sure I had this for Halloween. I actually want to wear this on Halloween. And I didn't know if I ordered it from HalloweenCostumes.com, it would get here on time. Uh, I think I got off all the clip. Oh, there's one more right here. But you'll definitely need some type of guitar stand or some stand because it's definitely not going to stand on its own. So bear with me here, guys. I don't really know how a proton pack works. So we're going to be in this together. I'm so excited. Like I wasn't even planning to do this tonight. Just gonna take a shower, watch some TV, and zone out at a whole day with my son. But I was like, man, I gotta get this thing open. I gotta get this thing on. So, all right, let's take a look at what we have here. So right here we have the Neutrona wand. I know I'm saying that wrong. Uh, and right here we have the buttons. Real working buttons. I'll put the batteries in a second. I won't make you sit through that. But all of this is fake. These buttons are fake. 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 Knobs are just plastic. Plastic, plastic, plastic. Doesn't even move. Plastic. Would have been nice touch if they could move it if they were fake. Fake. Everything fake. So only thing that really works here are these. This tube right here. Whoa, you see? Okay. Definitely got to be gentle, but it's durable. It's durable. This goes on right there. Okay. That's really cool, man. Got these stickers placed really nicely. Look at that right there. I know there's a glare. I'm sorry. Very nice. I'm not like the most, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I don't know the ins and outs on proton packs, right? So I can't tell you all the details, but I can show it to you. Then the other side is this nice and soft, very cushiony, and it's probably where I had to imagine the batteries go in. I think I'm not seeing anything down here. That's odd. I'll figure that out off camera in a second when I put the batteries in. But I know that forget the name for it. I'm such a bad unboxer, but there's a name for it. There's actually a frame that is supposed to be on this side of it. Then if you watch Ghostbusters, they don't just have these strapped to their back. It's attached to a frame that attaches to the Alice frame. That's it, the Alice frame. You can get one, and I know that people are customizing this. I will say the HalloweenCostumes.com version already has a built-in Alice frame. It's not that deep for me. I don't need to buy one. I don't need it to be a true one-to-one. So I'm not going to deal with that. But just so you guys know, it doesn't have the frame that you're supposed to strap to your back. Just so you guys know. Let's take a look at these straps. And these straps are pretty good. They're not heavy duty. They're not at all. They're kind of flimsy and really turned around. But I think still very nice for the price point for sure. Okay, here we go. Yeah. But like none of this feels like it's going to tear. None of it feels like it's going to shred over time. Like it's made pretty well. Um, all right, let me get these batteries in and we'll see what it do. All right, that took way longer than I care to admit. But let me show you what I worked on. So basically, this opens up right here. And this is where your battery pack is. Now, mine actually wasn't in the slot because it pulls out like this. Mine was like deep down here. So I had to turn this thing upside down so it can fall forward so I can grab it. So hopefully nothing is wrong with it. No, there wasn't a strain on these wires. I feel like Spirit Halloween needs to do a much better job at securing the battery pack because it was just dangling on the inside. Anyway, I have the batteries in, which took a bit of a while. That tiny screw had to find the right screwdriver. It's pretty long, so just be patient with it. And then you flick it to the on. Put it back in the slot and hope it doesn't fall down again. It's pretty, it doesn't clip in, but it's there once it's in there. So I guess in just the packaging and the shipping of it to the store, but still, like, I wasn't too happy about that. But let's get this guy forward. Let me get out the wand. Make sure you can get a good view. Batteries are in. Ooh, baby. And this is pretty loud. That is dope. As you can see, we get you in there. You got that light going right there. Lights going down here. Sorry. As you can see, Pretty freaking dope. And it stays on for as long as you want. Like it doesn't have a thing where it shuts off. And then we're gonna bust some ghosts. How dope is that? I'm gonna turn off this light just so you can see it a little better. Oh, that's dope. Feels good. That is dope. Power down. Now, whether it's on or not, that'll still do this. And if you see, it does leave a little, ugh, you know, you can blast some ghosts. So yeah, it works as the blaster whether you turn the pack on or not. Oh, that's sick. Okay, let's see what this looks like on. So here we are. It's on and very comfortable. Didn't really do too much looking in the mirror. Just the straps a little bit. I'm a pretty big guy, as you can see, and fits me perfectly. It's very light, so I don't, out trick-or-treating with the boy, I'm never gonna get tired of this thing. And here's the back view of it on. So that's pretty freaking dope. Feels great, man. Feels great. This is pretty dope. I gotta say. So, sorry, I'm picking these up off the floor. This is a very raw video, if you couldn't tell. So, this is kind of the Ghostbusters. I'm gonna wear like a Ghostbusters t-shirt, some cargo pants. Try to look like a badass a little bit, like the guy the Ghostbusters call when they need help. They're like, who you gonna call? Pretty easy to grab. Here we go. And very light plastic, so you just want to be careful. Like it will drop, and you can even see just it from around my back. This kind of bent a little bit. It'll bend back, but this is not heavy duty. But dope. Watch the back. Watch the back. Don't cross this. And there's a little hook right here, which hooks on now. I do not think I'll be able to get it back on. Probably not. I need help with that. Scratch the whole thing up trying to get this thing back on. So trick-or-treating, I'm either holding it or it's holstered, because once it's out, it's not going back in. But like I'm not really an inbox. I'm not really a prop collector, but I kind of turned into one. I have if I can show you, getting a messy room tour. I have my Iron Man helmet and Power Ranger Morpher and Dragon Dagger, and my you can see it over here. Such a much better way to do this. Daredevil, and of course the Burton Batman mask. I also have my WWE belt over there, as you can see. So yeah, I guess I am a bit of a prop collector. So this is cool. I will need a guitar stand of some sort because this thing is not going to stand up on its own, but I'm happy. Bustin makes me feel good. Anyway, thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Check us out on Sundays. We go live talking about all the geek stuff. And I'll see you same bustin' time, same bustin' channel.